Hey, everybody, welcome back to I Know a Guy. I'm Anthony, and this is the podcast where connections thrive. Each episode, we spotlight inspiring entrepreneurs, professionals, and individuals doing amazing things. Together, we'll grow your circle, spark collaborations, and discover new opportunities. Today, we're meeting Sixu Chen, a career and relationship coach dedicated to helping multi-talented individuals break free from feeling stuck and create fulfilling lives. With a background in high-end hospitality design, Sixu now empowers professionals and entrepreneurs through the Life Alignment Mastery Program to blend self-discovery with actionable strategies for success in health, wealth, and relationships. How are you doing today, Sisshu?
How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I can't really complain. I enjoyed our last conversation, so I was excited to get you on here because you're doing some cool things that people need to know about. So there's people out there that might be good connections. So let's get started. Where are you calling in from? Where are you located?
I'm in Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Have you been there for a while, or are you newer to the area?
Yeah, I've been here since 2017.
Okay, awesome. So you have your haunts and stuff around there. If you have some friends coming in the town that have never been, where are you going? And what are you doing for fun? And what are you doing for dinner?
Oh, I love hiking. So right now the weather is not really perfect for that yet, but in the summer, I love just go check out different lakes, different mountains and stuff like that.
Mhm.
In terms of where to go dinner, I love Asian food. So sushi, Thai, Korean, Chinese, any Asian stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, sounds good. No, that's awesome. Is there a lot of good, Asian food there in Seattle? Is it kind of known for that? I've never been, so I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's a good place for it.
Awesome, awesome. Well, what can you tell us about what you do?
Well, there's a couple things I do. The reason I say I help people with multi-talented, individuals is because I consider myself multi-talented because I can't just do one thing. So I had a background with interior design, and I currently still doing that. I have been doing interior design for 10 plus years, and currently I am working remotely with my best friend who owns the firm called Beth Bloom Designs. We design a restaurant to be magical and memorable. However, after the pandemic hit, I did another self-discovery and realized interior design is not the only thing I want to do. And I discovered, based on my process of understanding my talent, skills, passion, and value, that I want to become a life coach and I want to help people find their life purpose and find a career that is connected to their purpose and calling rather than just have a job for paycheck. So you can call me a career relationship coach. It's because, and also I call myself a coach, um, entrepreneur, and interior designer because that's kind of summarize who I am. But in terms of coaching, I also got certified as a relationship coach because I want people to get along, and I understand based on my own relationship journey and experience that I have learned that how important it is to have effective communication. And I got certified in that, and now I'm helping people to create more love and deeper connection in their relationship, whether it's with their significant other or parents. I think any relationships that are significant to us are important. Therefore, you can call me career relationship coach, you can call me interior designer. I wear many different hats.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, so you're doing a lot of things. What made you decide that entrepreneurship was for you? Kind of how did that go? Is this something that you've been doing forever, or kind of what led you down this path?
Well, there's that big moment when the whole world stopped, called the COVID pandemic time. So before that, I was employed in different interior design firm, like a corporate kind of style. I even worked at the top hospitality firm in the world, designing five-star hotels and stuff like that. But I felt overworked and underpaid, and I felt like I'm not doing the work that I mostly care about. I'm just kind of are a hand for someone else's idea. And I want to do something that I feel like I can have a control over in terms of how it turns out. And I didn't want to open an interior design firm of my own, but I want to create something of my own. Therefore, I went through the self-discovery process and realized that I don't want to become the best at anything. I actually want to help people become the best of themselves. Like that fulfills me more than seeing me on a magazine cover saying best, blah, blah, blah. That doesn't really matter to me. What matters to me is that somebody got my help and now their life is better, no matter in what way. And I've been doing that even kind of casually um, for many people. Therefore, I think it's important for me to kind of start a path where I can help more people.
Okay. So you kind of touched on this, what you love most about it. But I guess what about that was how'd you discover that that's what you loved most about doing it? What was it about helping other people beyond the magazine that really, struck you?
Well, it's not about helping people on the magazine. I think when I was doing the self-discovery process for myself, I want to find like 3 actionable words that describe how I want to live my life. And then eventually I found it is to inspire, empower, and transform. So I want to find a way where I want to inspire people, that to have them know that everybody is special in their own way. We all have our unique talents and gifts that if we utilize to its potential, we can do great things. But a lot of time people cannot see their own blind spot and need somebody to point things out for them. And I think that's what I do. And once I did that for people, I see the transformation in them, and the level of fulfillment that it provides you is indescribable. And also in terms of entrepreneurship, as we all know, that you are your own boss, you get to decide when to work, where to work, how much to work. That level of freedom, I don't think money can buy. So that is another thing that I love about entrepreneurship. But of course, self-discipline and all that is very important. But given my upbringing, that hasn't been a problem.
Okay. Awesome. So what does your average client look like, or what are the pain points that somebody might be facing that if they're dealing with X, Y, or Z, you're the person that they should be talking to?
Um, People who feel stuck, who currently just know that they don't like their current job, but not sure exactly where to go next. They were like, oh, I have ideas, but I don't know if it's good or bad. And there's a lot of self-doubts around their new path. So those are a lot of my clients. Like they come to me with no idea what else they could be doing with their life. Besides, I don't want to do what I'm doing now. So that is the starting point. And then a lot of them I found that are very creative, because I am a creative individual. I think likes attracts like. So I attract clients who are naturally creative. So they either become an entrepreneur of some sort, like an author and or somebody who kind of start like a real estate business. Um, One of my first client who was a 68 years old carpenter who does carpentry for 50 years, but he only did that because that's what his dad taught him to do. He didn't know anything else and never had a chance or experience for something. But then after the self-discovery process with me doing the program, he discovered that he wanted to share basically his ideas and understanding about the Bible. So he really wanted to share that, but his family and friends wasn't supporting that. Therefore, he just write it for himself. So I encouraged him because he told me he write about 200 words a day. I was like, you are naturally a writer. So I kind of encouraged him to just write it out to the world. And he did. He put he went to a writing workshop and hired a publisher and editor and published a book 4 months from then. So since then, I've been having people who have a book in them, but they kind of repressed it down because of their 9 to 5 jobs. So I can bring that out, reignite that passion again. And also, there's other people that help, a nurse become, health coach. So it's really about people who now can have a clarity of who they really are and all the talent skills they have. What else can they be doing besides what they've been currently doing? And most importantly, that it doesn't have to be one thing. Like me, as an example, I do interior design and coaching. I mean, I have a client who does real estate and nursing. Like you see like something like so random, like they don't relate to each other, but if you have interest in both fields, you can come up with unique path that works for you.
What about power partners? What does that look like for you? Other professionals or individuals out there that you find a lot of synergy working with, or a lot of potential collaborations or referring back and forth with?
Well, absolutely. I love power partners, especially other coaches. My Life Alignment Mastery program is because of the power partners. I worked with both of my finance and health coach, and they're amazing. So I decided to recruit them to be one of my coaches to help people with the to the health and finance aspect. So I started a Coach Connect networking event to just allow other coaches to find synergy with each other because how much synergy I have found with coaches. And also other professional services like therapists, energy healer, even like, some medical naturopath doctors or all kinds of professional service. I find synergies there too.
Okay.
Just
And
other
then,
entrepreneurs.
yeah, absolutely. And you work with a lot of entrepreneurs and you're one yourself. So what advice would you give to a new or aspiring entrepreneur?
One biggest advice I think is what will keep them motivated is to have 100% clarity on the why or what makes them want to do this. And also, another important thing is that is the why bigger than themselves? Like if the why is just, oh, I just want to provide for myself, my family, if the reason is only for themselves, it's not going to be enough motivation for them to keep going when things are hard. Because entrepreneurship, as much as it's fulfilling, there are challenges. So we need that bigger why to push us forward. And that clarity is the most important thing, I think.
Absolutely. It's it's absolutely true. You have to have a reason that you're going to do it every day because it's on you. You have to do it yourself. You don't have a boss telling you what to do. So you have to have a big enough why that when times are hard, when you're going through something, that you show up anyway. So that's fantastic, fantastic advice. How
Exactly. Oh,
No, continue, please.
okay. So, for example, sometimes I have my hard days. I just don't feel like doing anything. But then I see my two client appointment on my calendar. I'm just like, Sixu, put yourself together. These two people need your help. Like you're gonna make a difference in their life today. Then that motivates me to put myself together and show up for my client. And I never regret because they make me feel better. They make me, whatever negative self-talk I experienced before talking to them went completely away because I get also kind of validation in a way like I'm doing something good. So it in a way help us, tremendous ways.
It absolutely does. No matter what you're doing as an entrepreneur, somebody's probably depending on you because you have a service or something that you're doing for them. So that's great advice. Um, how can professionals break free from feeling stuck and create a fulfilling career?
Well, first of all, are you making the choice or is it someone else telling you to do something? I think that's the biggest answer to that question. Like if what you do is not your choice, it's like my mom asked me to do this, so and so asked me to do this, then you are not gonna feel free. But if it is your choice that I chose to do this, no matter what, I'm not gonna give up on this, that itself is freedom, I think.
Okay. And then how can aligning talents, passions, and values lead to career and relationship success?
Oh, absolutely. Like if you do what you love, you're gonna be good at it. And then if you're doing something you're good at it, you're gonna love doing it more. So you're gonna create that positive cycle, make you feel more like kind of confident. The more you do something, the more you love doing something, the more you love doing something, the more you're good at something, and that provides that self-confidence of and then you feel competent too, right? So if you like heard a career path that is like, for example, yesterday I was talking to a client, he's like, oh, I want the freedom, I want money, so maybe I should do like trading stocks and stuff. I'm like, okay, do you know anything about that? He's like, no idea, but I can learn. I'm like, I'm not sure if that's a good career advice for something you have no idea of. At least some knowledge and alignment, like, oh, if I'm just always good with numbers, like, right, and I'm good with following up with the trend of the stock, whatever, then yeah, go for it. But if it's something that you have no idea, then you are kind of setting yourself up for failure. Except I'm not trying to stop anyone from trying new things. You can try, but that is not the first advice I gave to my client when helping them select a fulfilling career. It is, I want to assess their current talent, skills, passion, and value, because all your previous experience matters. The talent matters. The skills matters. None of them are of waste. If we put that aside and start something completely from ground up, I mean, you are just creating a challenge for yourself, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Playing to your strengths, finding your unique abilities, trying different things, like you said, is important because you might not know you have other unique abilities that you've never
Exactly.
tried. So it's worth looking into. Shiny object syndrome is a thing, where it's like, I heard somebody made a lot of money day trading. I'm going to go do that. And then you know nothing about it. And guess what? Just because it's a good idea doesn't mean that you can make it a great reality, because a lot of times it's really, really hard. But being willing to try, that's important, but also being realistic. Yeah, so that's fantastic advice. So no matter who I'm talking to and what they do and what they're passionate about, there's a menu of options. There's a load of people doing, things in similar areas. What sets you apart? Why you? Why would somebody, want to talk to you as opposed to anybody else out there on that menu?
Think, and this is from my client's language. One, a couple clients told me, I think clarity is your superpower. And I think that is true because based on what people share, I was able to really quickly sort things out for them because the thoughts they created for themselves confuse themselves. But if they speak to me, I'm able to clarify exactly what they need to hear. And another client says that Sishu asks exactly the right question at the right time. And I think that is kind of my talent because I'm a very intuitive coach as well. The power of a coaching session with me doesn't just happen of the things I give you or the structure we created later. It happens in the moment of our conversation that I'm able to capture the importance of what I need to tell you, or I sometimes feel like I'm a channel and God speaks through me to you. It's just like that present, being present with my client, and 100% present with them creates that, I think, powerful, um, no money combined kind of moment of wisdom. And that's what makes me unique. And another thing is like most of my clients says, if you work with the Shishu, I can trust that she cares about finding that fulfilling career for me because I do go above and beyond. I do all my client session notes because I want them to not be distracted of taking notes. So I do the notes for them. And then afterwards, based on what we talk about, I usually either have book recommendations or different assessments that I've done before for myself to recommend them. So I gave above and beyond because I want the best for my clients. And I guess those are what can make me stand out.
No, absolutely. Superpowers definitely make you stand out. So I love that. Is there anything that I missed or that I failed to ask that you wanted to add?
In terms of what?
Just, we could go down a rabbit hole with everything that we touched on. You're doing a lot. But just overall in general, is there something that's going on that maybe you want more people to know about, or is there something that you wanted to touch on, or some piece of inspiration you wanted to share with anybody before we wrap it up?
Well, this has been a recent theme and being repeated by multiple people, and I think it's a good reminder to tell people is to get out of your head and drop into your heart and follow your heart, and you'll find that path. Because the self-discovery process I take my clients through essentially is basically have them hear their true heart desires, and then I will just help them find evidence by finding their talents, skills, passion, value. But it all go back to this aligns with my true heart desire. But if you're not being honest with yourself, it's hard to help you. Because the first step is be honest with yourself. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about what other people say. Get out of your head and really follow your heart, saying what would makes me excited to get up and do. And one thing I usually ask my client at the end after we find the path is just like, all right, if money is just always show up in your bank account, starting from tomorrow, you don't need to make money anymore. Will you still get up and do what we just discovered? And they were like, absolutely. Like, there we go. If the answer is no, then we need more work. You know what I mean?
For people that want to get out of their head and lead with their heart, how can they get a hold of you? Where can they find you?
Um, there's my website, sccoachinggroup.life. It's not .com. It's sccoachinggroup.life, and you can find my name, Sixu, last name Chen, on LinkedIn. I'm the only one that's coach, entrepreneur, and interior designer, so we can connect there as well. Additionally, I'm also on an e-learning platform called The Great Discovery. So if you go to thegreatdiscovery.com slash actually, it doesn't even need slash anything. You can slash SCG if you want to kind of join part of my team. And then you search under course my name, and you're going to find a lot of kind of courses I provide. Some of them are free. Some of them cost just a little money. For example, one of the course I recommended all my clients is called How to Identify Your Core Values. And we'll identify 5 most important values of your life that will become the campus for you to guide your make any decisions in life. So
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect. And we'll put all that in the show notes so it's super easy for everybody to find. If anybody would like to get in touch with Sixu, absolutely do it. You're going to have a great conversation. You're going to walk away knowing more than you did going in. She's the exact same in a one-on-one as she is here, so don't be afraid to reach out. She's just there to help. So absolutely do that. Other than that, if anybody would like to get a hold of me, you can find me at ikag.me. You can find more episodes, subscribe to our newsletter, and connect with our growing community of awesome people like Sixu. If you or somebody you know would like to be interviewed, you can also apply on the website. But Sixu, I really appreciate you taking the time coming on here. You're doing awesome things. You're helping people, and that's what we should all strive to do. We should try to make the world a little bit better every day. So it's awesome that there's people out there like you doing that. So let's all go out. Let's have an awesome day and grow our circles. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. I really appreciate you, Anthony, for having this opportunity for me to share a word or two with whoever who hear it can benefit. I think I've done something good today.
Absolutely.